Welcome to the stream. My name is Pebble. This is HD Poker. I'm a video game streamer and I stream video games. And today's game is HD Poker. The game is a Texas Holdem game. It's a poker game. Not everybody knows. Most people do know Texas Holdem. It's one of the easiest poker games out there to play. Very, very simple. And we are in the middle of a game right now. And we won that hand with 4-4. It's a nice, decent win. Let me explain what's happening. $850,000 I had to pay to play this game. Not real money, obviously. You could take a look at the upper right-hand corner to see what my net worth is. Not real money, obviously. I am the guy in the spacesuit. My name is Van Pebble. We've already established my name. And we're just playing a little poker on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. We're doing a lot today. We're playing a bunch of games today. We're just settling in and having fun. I'm more of a casual gamer streamer. I like to have a good time and enjoy myself. That doesn't mean we don't get intense and we don't get competitive, but I also like streams like this where it's not intense. Although it will get kind of intense. Like right now, I'm about to bet $221,000 because I have the straight. I'd say the only thing that could beat me if someone had like Queen Ace or something. All right, we both had it, so we split it, and we're at 683K. This game is one of the easier poker games. It's basically you get dealt 2 cards face down, and then you guys are all playing like the community cards in the middle. So whatever's dealt in the middle, there's rounds of betting. There's cards that are dealt face up, and you're playing what's in your hand. You're taking the best 5 cards, and you're trying to make the best hand out of what's on the table and in your hand. That's a good description of what's going on. And then there's betting. It gets confusing because there's like 2 rounds. I think it's 2 rounds of betting, and before we move on. So this is 1 round. So that's the second round. So now I check it because the dealer goes to me. There's a dealer here, and then there's me. It goes clockwise. And then I don't know if I have the best hand. I think I've got a decent hand. I'm going to bet 125K. That would take me down, if I lost, it would take me down to 500K, which is decent. So I'm not completely fucked if I lose. And I do lose. They have a flush, but I still have 500K. I'm in good shape. I played that smart. It's like, you don't bet, you don't know. You know what I mean? Could have won more money. So, yeah. That was a good play by them. They basically, I want to call it slow roll, but I don't think that's what they did. I think they basically, I'm still learning the terms of poker. I'm pretty good with a lot of it. I still don't really understand what slow rolling. I think slow rolling is when you clearly have the best hand and you just kind of like draw it out and stretch it out. Something like that. But that's not what that guy did. That guy was a little more sneaky with it. Did well. Well done. And I'm happy to be here. We'll try to squeeze a good hour out of this. I think we could probably get an hour out of poker today. I'd like to. It's only been 3 minutes. I'm kidding. It has. Let's take a look at our camera. Camera looks good. Vocals look good. Everything looks great. Glad to be here. Very happy. In a great mood, actually. I'm always in a pretty good mood in general. I'm a pretty happy guy. I've always kind of been a generally upbeat person. So when I come on these streams, it's pretty easy for me to be in a good mood. Also, this is where I want to be. Like, if there's anywhere I'd want to be at any particular time, it's doing this. So I don't feel like, come on, I don't fucking be here. Like, it's just not that. And that's good, because that's an ugly thing to do. That's an ugly attitude to have. We were drinking some tea today. And I was talking to this girl who was, it was basically like talking to a fellow streamer. because they contacted me on Twitch, and I thought it was kind of interesting to talk about because she's clearly young, way younger than I am, and I know she's not like hitting on me, nothing like that. But she's like a young streamer. She likes what I do, and she's like, I stream too, and I was like, oh really? Let me see. And I'm thinking, maybe it'll be like, let's see what this person does. She has like 2 million subscribers. I might be lowballing her. It might be close to 3, and she's got like one video. Like I get like, if I'm lucky, I get 10 views. I'm happy right now. 10 views is a lot for me. Like that means people are like interested. So I put out a lot of material. She gets 100,000 views per video that she does. She doesn't have the output that I have, but she's different. She's more of a YouTuber. And the only reason I don't say her name is because she's young, and I don't even know how old she is. She might be 10. I'm kidding. No, she's young though, and my feeling was that doesn't mean we can't be friendly streamers. In fact, we should be. We should have a community, and it brings up the question. The question is, like Valkyrie was talking about, Valkyrie, who's a big name streamer. Everybody knows Valkyrie, right? If you're watching my streams, you know what streaming is, and you probably know who these people are. But I pretty much figure that when I'm talking about these people. And Valkyrie was talking about this young streamer name. I think her name was Yona something, a young lady who was kind of a model, but also like a streamer. And obviously, she's trying to get big, and she wanted to stream with Valkyrie. Valkyrie is about 34 years old. This girl was about 19. Now, I think this streamer that was talking to me is like similar age, like 20 years old or something, and it is a female. There's nothing weird going on. We're literally just saying like, I like your stuff. I like your stuff. I swear to God. And the thing is, like, now we didn't talk about collaboration, and I don't think we ever would because we don't do the same kind of stuff. Like their stuff's a little more younger based than mine. But if I was to somehow, like, let's say they get a little older and they're like, hey, like, let's collaborate. Would I collaborate? I don't see why not. It's an interesting thing because it's like, look, if we were playing Fortnite together, right, which is a young person game anyway, and there's nothing, and I'm not being a creepy guy because you can't be a creep, right? We're just literally playing games together. Going back to the Valkyrie thing, does that mean that Valkyrie, she's a 34-year-old woman playing with a 19-year-old girl or young woman? How is that inappropriate? Now, she said that makes her feel a certain way, so that's good. She's respecting her feelings. But I'm not even discussing that because that's her personal feeling. Like, it just doesn't feel right. Gotcha. That's how you feel. And I similarly feel like streaming with like somebody like that would be awkward for me too. So I kind of get you there. But like this person at one point said to me, "Can we be friends?" And I was like, "Of course," because the way I look at it, it's like this. I'm not going to go into some weird lane, obviously, which is illegal, but also like it's just dumb. I'm not that person, man. And also, I do think that there's something about a community that is intriguing about streaming. Streamers should have some kind of community support. Like, yeah, man, keep going. Like this person is a 2 million subscribe. They have 2 million subscribers, probably more, and they're saying keep going to me. That's very encouraging. I appreciate the shit out of that person. You know what I mean? So that's my feeling. That's my take on it. I wanted to share it because I thought it was interesting. Because you can't help it even while you're typing to the person, and it is called a whisper. In Twitch, their DM is called a whisper. So that makes whatever you do even more like, I'm whispering at a 19-year-old. But I don't know that she's 19. She might be older. Because Asian girls do have a tendency to look young. She might be 50. What if she was 50? She's not. But she's a lovely person, and obviously, if she likes my stuff, she's a great person. And a great judge character. But it's so cool, dude, to have. Let me tell you something, man. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. I'm in a great mood today. To get support like that from a person who is a 2 million subscriber creator is fucking. I'm walking on clouds right now. And I'm also saying, even though that's a young person, that's a person who they've been doing it since a young kid. They are legit, like they know how to fucking do it. In my world of streaming, I'm younger than them. Like my inexperience, like they're way more. Like it's an honor actually to call that person a friend. So at what point do you say like, you know, you can be? It is interesting the conversation of when is it appropriate or inappropriate. Da da da. Obviously, it would be inappropriate if anything other than that was going on. It's got to stay like it is. It's got to be like I admire you, I admire you too. As a streamer, we're streamers, and we give each other support. And maybe at some point down the line, if your content grows to, I don't mean grows like I'm better than you, but like matures to the point where you can like hang with a guy like me because I'm a little bit I'm an older guy. You know, I'm not a kid. I'm like probably at least 30 years older than a lot of these creators out there. But when somebody's been creating since they were 13 or so, I'm guessing they were that old, and and they've been putting out solid material and stuff. They are, like I said, a legit adult streamer. You're 19 or whatever. So it's an interesting conversation to have, and I have nothing but respect for that person too. There's no weird stuff going on at all. I swear. Come on. The more I do it, you're like, I don't know about this guy. No, 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 no. All right, Van Pebble, we get it, dude. You don't have to fucking. No, no, really, guys. Okay, Van Pebble. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have any money left. I'm all in with 167, but that's a good hand to go all in with. Ace 7. Like, for example, if this person was 19 years old, let's just say they were not, I don't know how old they are. They might be 12. I'm kidding. I don't know how old they are. We need something big here. We're going to need. Oh, wait. Yeah, we both had the straight. Ben Pebble has 290K. Let's say that a person, let's pick another person. Let's keep that girl out of this. Let's say another streamer came up to me and on Whisper. So they didn't come up to me. They whispered at me. They DM'd me on Twitch. And they said, hey, Van Pebble, I'm a 19-year-old guy. What if they said, hey, I'm a 17-year-old? Then I would say, hey, dude, what's up? Because it's different with a guy you can sort of talk to. But if he was like, I want to play poker with you, I'd be like, all right, I want to play poker. I want to stream with you online in Discord. Am I wrong for that? Is it bad? It depends on how the stream goes. It all depends on what goes on during it. If weirdness goes on, no, you can't do it. Now, if they're 18, then it's like, well, that's a young adult, but how good would that stream really be? It depends on the chemistry you have with the person. See, my thing too is that I would like to stream with other people eventually. I'm sure that will happen. Eventually, there will be collaboration. And the thing too is that you got to realize, even though this person is more of a young, now we are talking about this girl who's a friend of mine now. He is like a younger person in the world. So her material and her stuff is more based on like younger thing. So it doesn't really, I don't stream that kind of stuff for younger people. I'm not a young person streamer guy. Like, and even so, if we stream together, it would be more like I don't think I wouldn't be comfortable doing that. Yeah, they would definitely have to like grow up a little bit. And, like, hey, I'm doing like different material now. I'm kind of doing like playing Fortnite. I'm doing this kind of stuff. Like, okay, that's more of my world. That makes more sense. Eventually, I would like to stream with other streamers, and especially this is what I wanted to say. I might as well. I have Queen too. I'm all in. I'm fucked at this point. This is probably the end of the game for us. We'll start another one here. Let's start another one. Yeah, let's get it. Let's jump into another game right away. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, Van Pebble, good try. Bye-bye. First game. Good work. We played well. Let's jump into the next game. This is an 850K game. The exciting thing is just, like I said, I've already said what's exciting about it. It's so exciting to have a person really interested in what you do. And then when you find out they're a streamer, it's like, oh, cool. What do you do? Where do you? And then when they say, the only thing that kind of makes you go on the brakes is like they're so young. But as long as they're over like fucking 18, I feel like, look, that's a person who's an adult. They know what this is. We're being friendly. We're being streamer friendly. And it's exciting to see somebody that big, that like 2 million subscribers. I don't know anybody personally that has that big of a following. That's kind of cool. Because what I can do now is I can gently ask some questions because I don't want to bother people. But I could be like, "Hey, got any pointers? Like, how did you grow your channel? Like, to that point, I do have some like questions. Like, are there things that things that you could do? Because they were actually asking me, well, what kind of stuff do you do? Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to get affiliated? And I was like, no, because I don't want advertisements on Twitch. And the truth is, no one really watches me. I'm not really the kind of streamer that has a lot of live interaction. I don't have people going, Van Pebble's on at 12. Come on, honey, we got to go watch him. It's not like that. Mostly because little 13-year-olds don't call each other honey. Like, that's who's watching Twitch is 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, people that have time to fucking do it. This is a ladies and gentlemen, this is our first hand, and we're already 282K in this shit. And we are kind of fucked. He's all in. I've sort of got no choice but to fold here. Oops, I just clicked the wrong thing, but I was going to fold anyway. That's why I folded. Like I said, I would have won. And I said, what did you have? I don't know if they're going to. Oh, he had a straight. Nice. Yeah, it's interesting. I like bringing it up because it's interesting. I have nothing to hide here, and also it is interesting because you can also take a look at something like that and just go. You could be a doom scroller. You could be a doomsayer in life. You could just think everything bad. You could look at something and just automatically see yourself with handcuffs on and in prison with the little girl, young girl crying, going, and it's like I didn't do anything. I literally, So it's like you just have to have like a sort of level head when it comes to social media. And listen, we are all in this together. Listen, I'm not going to befriend a 12-year-old girl or a 12-year-old boy. Obviously, I'm no fucking way. That's too risky. But at some point, let's say you're a teacher and you're supporting a 12-year, like, let's say that you were a teacher. That's where it's like, it's hard. Adults and children, where do we like? I just always feel like that's why I've said this from the get go on my streams. Like, if you're going to watch my streams, you have to be an adult. You have to be 18 at least. And that's just because I want to be an adult. I want to be affiliated with people that are grown up. I want to talk like a grown up. I want to behave like a grown up. That doesn't mean I want to act like a scumbag. It just means I'm an older person and I enjoy being an older. But that doesn't mean, just to wrap this up, is that it's an interesting conversation to have. That it just happened to me recently where somebody was like, "Hey," and then you go look at their picture and they're clearly like a very young person. Not young where you're like, "Holy shit, I'm gonna go to jail." But like, even if a fucking 12-year-old kid did go, "Hey, I like your stuff," I would say, "Dude, you're way too young to watch my stuff. You're 12. This person is not 12." Okay, they're 13, and they're not 13. It's 14. But here's the thing: they're not 14. They're 15. So here's the thing: they're like, they've got to be. My guess is, honestly, was guessing. I was thinking like they might be 19 or 20, or probably in their 20s. I would guess that this particular person that we're talking about is probably this person who whispered at me and said like, "Yeah, I like your stuff," and I was like, "I like your stuff too." Like, I followed them. I followed their thing too. They followed me. I follow. That's how I do with most people, though. If somebody follows me, I'll follow them. And a lot of people don't do this, but I do. If somebody follows me, I'll look and see what their profile is if they're a streamer too, because it's always fun. Ladies and gentlemen, we have something, but I don't know if we have it that good. We have a pair of 10. I got a fold. I don't have what this guy has. Okay, you had a straight. Did they have the straight? Yes, they had 10, Jack, Queen, King. Okay. They had it. They had it. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have the straight now. And I will bet all in here. Somebody's going to probably take it on, I would think. Oh, maybe not. Okay, that fucking sucks, man. What a shitty fucking win that was. I should have bet way lower right there. So there you go. It's interesting when you go through something that's happening to somebody else and you're like, oh, you see it a little bit more. Let's go all in with this one as well. He goes all in too. We've got a pair of 9s. That's great. Let's keep it rolling. I like what I'm seeing here. No spades either. Please. Yes. Damn Pebble, 580K. That's a very good win. That takes us where we need to be here. We're in this again. Suddenly we're back. And that's another good hand. Pair of 6s. 4, 5, 6, 7. They bet 26K. Do I think they have the flush? Probably. I think they probably have a pair. Maybe a low pair. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so they didn't have anything. Take a look here. As you can see, 6, 7, 8, 9. They didn't have anything, and we had at least a pair, so we got fucked on that one. But that's okay. It is what it is. And I don't really have to play so aggressively because I've got 660K. But I was throwing my chips around a little bit there. They call that splashing the pot. I'm just like, psh. But I think, just go with your gut. If you feel like the thing with Valkyrie is like she felt like this girl was kind of young, and it is like, look, at some point, talking to young people is like, I get it. I was a security guard. I talked about my job that I've had for the last 3 years. Right now, I don't have a job, but I was a security guard just recently, and sometimes you would just make friends with people, and sometimes like young kids would just come up, and when I say young kids, I mean 16, 17-year-old high school kids, because that's where I was at a fast food place that was a parking lot, and you see a lot of teens. There's a lot of high schools around there, and I would just be doing my job, and most of them I can't stand kids. You know what I mean? But there was like this group of 16-year-old, 17-year-old kids that we were like, "Hey, what's up?" And we became friendly, that kind of thing. And you just have to know your limitations. You just have to know your boundaries, basically. And thankfully, I do. And at no point was like, were there ever lines crossed, or we're sitting here talking about chicks we fucked or anything. It's like, no, man. Like, even though guys can do that, I don't do that. I'm not that guy. I'm really not a gross guy. I know I come across sometimes like that, but I'm really not that gross. I am. No, I'm not. I'm not. I am. I'm not. I am. I'm not. I am. I'm not. Don't we both sort of have the same hand here? Like, don't we both sort of have the same fucking hand? Oh, you have fours. Okay. My bad. I wanted to explain myself. I just explained myself. I said I was bluffing, but I also thought we shared the value of the table because I wanted people to understand what I was doing there. I like to explain myself sometimes. Which is why we're talking about this. Which is why we're talking about, like, hey, I talked to this person. Da, 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 da. I mean, by the way, the coolest thing is when people whisper at me on Twitch. It's really nice when people, because it's always been nice people. The only people I've dealt with one douchebag, and that was early on when I was doing this. And the guy was just a fucking dorky dickhead. Like, he was just being an asshole. But most people are just like, hey, we legit like what you're doing, and like, why aren't you bigger? That's usually the question I have is like, why aren't you bigger? This girl in particular wasn't saying that though. She was just like, what are your plans? Like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, meet me at the ice cream parlor later. I'm kidding. Okay, now I'm making it worse. I'm kidding. It's a joke. Can we joke around? What the fuck is going on? See, that's why I like an older audience. It's funnier. All right. What is the most ridiculous thing to say there? Meet me at an ice cream parlor. It's only funny because I'm a small streamer. But I always want. See, that's another thing, though. If I was affiliated with Twitch, I'd really have to worry more about that. Like, I'm not that I'm going to run around saying offensive things, but I do believe in joking about things like that. If something really is ridiculous, just joke about it. Oh yeah, but love the people that whisper at me on Twitch. It's always been a great experience. People have just been really nice to me, and I appreciate them, and they appreciate me, and it's really nice. So this guy's betting pretty big here. I'm all in with 140. What does he got? He's got a pair of nines. We've still got a chance here, though. And ladies and gentlemen, he lost. But we're just getting started here. As we jump into another game, ladies and gentlemen, right away, the lobby's rocking and rolling today. I had a feeling it would be a good time to play this game. The lobby is finally moving and grooving. This is a great game, everybody. The game is HD Poker. You have to be 18-year-old to whisper. I mean, to play this game. And oh god. Listen, man. Number one, you gotta understand. I'm a guy, so I'm already seen as a predator in society. Number two, I'm an older guy, so I'm already seen as like a predator. I'm a white guy, so I'm seen as a privileged predator. I have neither privilege nor predator qualities, and yet that is my image. That is where I have to be very careful. It's like, you know how a black guy has to be careful when he's driving at night because cops will just stop him. I have to be careful about anything I do for other reasons because I'm white and I'm a guy. This is truth. We all have burdens, right? Everybody's got a burden that they have to carry, and it's all just because of the things that the image that you carry with you when you look in the mirror. That's you're taking that with you, and you don't realize it. I don't look in mirrors. Believe it or not, I'm not a vain person. Yeah, Van Pebble, we know. We see the way you dress. I know, but I'm just saying, I'm not a vain guy. I don't ever. This is going to sound actually bad, but I don't can't tell you the last time I actually looked in a mirror. I can see myself in the webcam sometimes, and I go, "Hey, big fella." But I mean, I obviously don't put makeup on or anything. I'm not a vain guy. Oh, look! Wait till you see this next table. I like the table we're at though, but we have a good hand here. Let's see if we can. We don't have anything though. He's betting 25K. I guarantee he's got better than what I've got. He's only betting 25K though. Yeah, he had a pair of kings. So here we are, seven. Look at that table right there. That's fucking beauty. That's a nice table. You know, there would be in a perfect world, all types of people of all ages, of all races, of all ages, races, everything could stream together, and you could do it if it was done well, if it was done respectfully, if it was done with boundaries. I would love to stream with all ages, older people, younger people, mid-age people, black guys, white. I mean, and that's listen. In my fantasy world is that we form an organization where it's mixed everything and it kills because it covers zillions of genres. That would be amazing. But I mean, the truth is, probably that'll never happen because there's too much of an issue with age, too much of an age gap, and somebody's feelings will get hurt. Somebody's not going to understand how things come across. Somebody's going to say the wrong thing, not mean it, or blah 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 blah. Blah. It's too risky. But could you imagine an org, a streaming org that was all across the boundaries, LGBT, black, white, green, gold, all different things, flavors, colors of the rainbow. Maybe you could call it the Rainbow Coalition or something. That's a very gay thing, though. But I say include the gays. I'm saying bring the gays in. Bring those homos in. We want rope smokers. We want fish eaters. We want taco. We'll have a thing called Taco Tuesday, and what we'll do is it'll be called Taco Tuesday. Hear me out now. It's a great idea. Lesbians will just only lesbians can. Nobody streams but lesbians on that day, and it's called Taco Tuesday. All right, enough, man, Pebble. What are you trying to do here? What are you trying to do, buddy? Ladies and gentlemen, do I think somebody has more than what I have? I don't. But he might. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a big win for Van Pebble. Taco Tuesday. Then we'll have Meat Missile Monday, and that's for the gay men. A lot of gays get a couple days, and then there'll be Black. I don't know. Black Friday. How about Sacrilegious Saturday for the people that don't feel religious at all? Let's just make everybody in there. So we have a high pair here. I would say we probably have the highest pair in the game right now. He's betting 12. I'm going to go ahead and go raise it to 24. And everybody else is like, yeah, we're in this too, man. So there's a straight draw here that people are. Now you go, okay, 10 and ace is a little scary. Somebody could have a 10 or a 9. Nobody's betting. I'm going to say we probably have the best hand at the table. I'll bet 12K. He's all in. I think that guy has a straight. I do. I'm not going to go all in on this one. And there's a full house. And that guy was misreading. Okay. I was going to say, yeah, I won't say anything. I haven't been playing with that guy for a long time, so this is a great table. I love this. And this is what we love about streaming. I feel like I'm in a place right now. It feels very good. I feel very good. And I've got work coming up in June, real actual work. I can't wait. I'm gonna be working this in June. Thank you, God. And then we'll try to turn into a proper part-time job at some point. Try to get something going. Hopefully we can get something going within this month. We need to get something going this month. And there you have it. In the meantime, we're streaming our butts off. We're growing the YouTube channel. I mean, things are incredibly good. They're going well. I'm meeting people. It's great. They're betting 96K. We're having a great time today. We're going to have a lot of fun today. More streams to come, of course. Lots to come. Not even close to 8 p.m. tonight. At 8 p.m., we're going to be playing some Fortnite for a couple of hours. That game's just a game that just keeps giving. God bless that game. And God bless the Switch 2, man. When I bought the Switch 2, I got to be honest, I was a little skeptical about it. I was like, should I buy the Switch 2? It's $500 fucking deal. Did I do it? It was a big purchase for me because I was thinking about getting a Steam Deck. Initially, I was thinking about getting a PlayStation or an Xbox, and I just hate both of those companies because they're constantly I shouldn't say I hate those companies because maybe they'll sponsor me. Dude, never know. But those companies, they're constantly every year. It seems like every time I get a console, it becomes the Xbox 12 and then the Xbox 13 and that's what I hate about it. And then you have to pay extra money just to play live, and it's just a fucking. So I was like, I'm not going to get an Xbox. I'm not going to get a PlayStation. And then I thought the Steam Deck was actually quietly sitting on my shoulder, going, "You should get the Steam Deck." And I was like, "Eh." And then I bought the Switch 2 and Fortnite. I just realized all of a sudden, wait, I could play Fortnite? And dude, I opened up a whole world for me. I didn't realize how great that game was. I've said this, like people say, like, should I get the Switch 2? And I'm like, the only reason that you should buy a Switch 2, if the only reason that you bought the Switch 2 was because of Fortnite, I would understand. I'm being honest and serious. Especially if you're a streamer, but even if you're just a person that gets entertainment out of it. you will get hours of entertainment from Fortnite. And Nintendo is also something that I love. I love Nintendo games. I love Mario Brother games. I love Donkey Kong. I love all that shit. So to me, the Switch 2 was a big deal to buy, and I'm really glad I don't regret it. And then, but at some point, I was Nintendo heavy, and there was all these cool games coming out on the Steam Deck on Steam that I just couldn't play on my computer because they were too big. My computer just couldn't handle it. My computer barely could handle OBS, let alone streaming a video game while playing OBS. Da 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 da. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 944,000 at the table. That's a good number to have at this table right now at this particular time. The rest of the table is right around where I'm at, if not a little bit below it. The highest player is the 1.7 million. Excuse me. Pardon me. There was another big streamer that, well, somebody told me, you should talk to this big streamer. I'm friends with them. And I was like, okay. And then I talked to them, and they were really cool. It was a very cool experience, actually. I was like, wow, actually, I didn't talk like physically talk. It was on, not even on Discord, we texted each other. But I felt like that was really nice of that person to do. They didn't have to do that. And it was like really cool moment. Like, hey, like I'm actually talking to these big name streamers about streaming. I'm not talking to them like I'm a fan, you know. It wasn't like that. It was like they were like, hey, what do you want to do with you? Like I saw your streams, you're doing pretty good, you know, like keep it up. I was like, oh, thanks. They were like, what are you planning on doing? Like, how are you going to do this? Like, you know, this is a business, right? Like, you got to do business. That kind of woke me up a little, but I was also like, I'm actually just, me, this is really, I'm not treating it like a business. I'm just trying to get good at, I'm just trying to do what I think is a good stream. I want to create something really fun and really entertaining and really great for me and something that I would watch. And then if I'm doing that, then I can build something off of that because I'm making something unique, and it's not easy for people to imitate a unique product. People could go out there and act like me if they wanted to, but then eventually people would be like, you're acting like that guy. I think I've pretty much got the market on Van Pebble. I don't think there's a lot of people trying to be like me. I'm an old guy streaming video games. There's not too many people that are if you, oh, that's a nice. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a 3 of a kind, and we are going to bet here. There's older people that stream as well. And they're fun. Sometimes I'll see like older people playing Red Dead Redemption Live, or they're like, "Come on now, silly! Like, come on, honey!" Like, it's cool to see them doing it. I love to see older people streaming. By the way, of course, I think older people are in many ways more interesting than younger people. In many ways, because we have more to offer. We have a little bit more life, a little bit more flavor, a little bit more personality. Like, I'm not even a talented person, and I've got more personality than most of these young streamers, just because I've lived a life and I've got shit to say, and you know what I mean. Thank God that like Ben Stiller isn't trying to stream. I'd be fucked. You know what I mean? Like, if one of these like real talented dudes, not that I think Ben Stiller is some big talent. His dad was a fucking famous guy. That's how he got into show business. But I'm saying, I mean, he's a talented guy. But let's be realistic about it. Same thing with Robert Downey. Robert Downey Jr. is a fucking very good actor, but his fucking dad was a director. That's how he got into fucking show business. But there's some people that can really do acting and singing and all this kind of stuff. And thank God that they do that and they don't try to do it on Twitch. But even when they do, it doesn't threaten me. I'm not even doing what they're doing. We had a 7. We would have had a 3 of a kind there. And we have 734,000. Let's see what we can do. The antes are 100K. It's heads up with Queen 9. We're looking for a 10 here. Nope. Is he going to bet? He is going to bet. I'll bet with him. See what he's got. Okay. Give it a shot. All right. Down to 500K. That's okay. 500K is good. We're still in there. Nobody's really taking over this game. That's the good news. We could, if we double up at some point, we're where everybody else is pretty much. So there goes P. Floyd making their move. They're going to try to double up. They're not going to double. Oh, they are. Queen 8. Ace Queen versus Queen 10. There's the ace, P. Floyd. It's drawing dead, and they are going to double up. They're going to double up. That's what we were talking about doing. They took what we were going to do. They stole from us. They stole our idea. Look, the reason that I feel like not that I'm XQC, but I'm saying the reason guys like XQC are where they are is because they just had like passion for what they were doing. They knew that what they were doing was something he must have known in his heart that it was working. And that's why he became huge, XQC did. Because he was doing something that nobody else was doing. And as long as you're doing that, following that, whatever success you get is going to be fruitful, a fruitful success. But there is a little marketing involved, so I probably will reach out to my new friend at some point and be like, if I have questions, I'll be like, hey, what do I do? Like, how do I get my YouTube videos be seen a little bit more? Like, sometimes I've got clips that I think people should be watching more, Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a 4. I'm all in with a pair of 4s. If I'm going to get anywhere, this is the chance to do it. We're going to have to win the whole thing. The chances of that happening. Yep. There we go. That'll take us out of that tournament. Good try. Good effort. We're going to try to jump into a $200 million tournament. And then let's also jump in a lobby for the 80. And see which one cooks up first, and whichever one cooks up first, we're going to cook. Ladies and gentlemen, Van Pebble, thank you so much for watching so far. It's been fun. It's a Sunday afternoon. It's a lovely Sunday afternoon. It's Mother's Day, which is always kind of fun. And you know what? It might be the time for Van Pebble to get the fuck out of here. The lobbies aren't necessarily moving. Let's try to get into one more game here. I'm going to sit into the 850K lobby one more time. Let's give ourselves about 2 or 3 minutes. If the lobby doesn't pick us up, get out of here. Beautiful Easter day. Excuse me. It feels like Easter. I always feel like Mother's Day is a little... I do put the two together because they're really close to each other. April and May, but it is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. There's a lot of great moms out there. My parents kind of dropped the ball, and that's okay. But my mom was pretty good to me for a while there. It just was a dysfunctional relationship, and my mom just had too many problems. Maybe she just didn't deal with them or something, and then, and also like I don't know, just the dysfunctional thing. Like my family just kind of broke up. I think they all talked to each other, but my parents got divorced. My mom cheated on my dad. It was kind of a thing where like my mom kind of like was a sort of family disruptor, and then she kind of just had ideas of her own. I wish her well. Not going to say anything negative about her other than what I just said, and we'll just keep it at that. I used to come on here, man. Last Mother's Day, I was saying a lot of mean stuff, but I won't do that this time. Ladies and gentlemen, me and you, here we are together on a Sunday afternoon. Let's see how the lobby's doing. We're close. All I want is one more game. That's all I want. Just give me one more game. Let's just have a dance break. Let's have a stretch. Yeah, stretch it out. Let's try to get into this last lobby here. Like I said, we'll give it a couple more minutes, and then if this doesn't fill up, we'll get out of here. Let's take a look at my collection. Maybe we'll pick a different character this time. Let's take a look at the characters we have. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the last game of the day. The last poker game of the day. Sorry, not the last game. Plenty more streaming to do. It's only 4:40 p.m. That gives us time. We'll play this game. Maybe we'll have like a nice 15, 20-minute thing, whatever it is. And, what I love about video games now is that a lot of these games are in like runs. Like you do like 20 minutes. Like Katamari was a great game to play because we just played it. Because each run is like 15 to 20 minutes. Perfect. Do two, 3 runs, you're good, you know? And same thing with Fortnite. Fortnite's like 10, 15-minute runs, sometimes 20-minute runs. Do another one, you do like 4 or 5 of those, man, 6, 7 of those, man, you're set. It's a beautiful thing. Back in the day, you would have to just play one game and just grind it out, and then you die, and then you come back. But it wasn't like a run thing the way it is now. The way games are made now is a perfect time to stream them, and I think it's only going to get better. I could imagine it's only going to get better. Streaming is just going to get better and better. I wish we would have played this hand though, because the games are becoming like there was a period. It felt to me like they were. Well, I'm not one to talk because I kind of got into gaming late in life. I've always loved games, but I've only been involved with them like a year here, a year there. I was jumping back and forth. But my feel for games is that there was a time when they were just trying to make everything look a certain way. And now it feels like they're trying to make games that mechanically behave differently. And that's why I love a game like Katamari. I mean, that's an old game, actually. 2007. But that's a game that is just like, what is that game? You can't really, it's even hard to explain to people what that game is. It's actually art. It's like playing an artwork. It's fun to look at. It's fun to play. It's hard to play. The camera angles are a little bit annoying. I think if they could somehow, I'd like to see them make that game, make another game, 2026, and make a or 27 or whatever, and just make the camera angles better, so you're just not kind of like, I don't know where I am. Like I'm literally moving like this because I can't see where I'm going. It's a great game. Katamari is a fucking great game. It is when I was like 35 years old. It's probably closer to, yeah, about 35. I remember playing the GameCube, and I remember thinking, let's see if we can get somebody here. That's not what I was thinking. Please go all in. I know you have a flush draw, probably. You don't have anything, really. I'll take it. Not a bluff. Alien. Thank you. Or as they say in your language, very funny. Very funny, Van Pebble. Very funny. When I was like 35 years old, I bought a GameCube. And I loved the GameCube. And that's where I played, that's where I found the game Katamari Damacy. I think I'm right about that. I think I'm right about that. At the time, it was about 2012, maybe? Uh, and I remember just looking at that game going, I can't wait to play this. Every time I play it, I couldn't wait to play it. And now I can. So in that way, I do feel like I'm sort of reliving like some kind of a little bit of, but in no other way in my life do I feel like I'm reliving a childhood or anything like that. I'm glad I'm older. I don't want to be a child anymore. The only time I talk like a kid is when I'm talking to cats. It's always a shame to lose with pocket kings, even on our planet. So he bets 12K. I have ace three. I think I'm going to stay in this one. I have a pretty good, potentially good hand here. The GameCube was probably one of my favorite. I thought the PS2 was really good too. I like the PS2. And of course, the Xbox 360, when it was working, was great. When I had the Red Rings of Death, man, I spent money on that fucking bullshit too. I didn't have money back then. There was a point in my life where I was doing health studies, where I was basically a guinea pig. I remember my grandfather found out. That's why I don't talk to family anymore. My grandfather's like, "How you doing?" And I was like, I'm not working right now. I'm doing health studies. Like, what do you mean? And I was like, I go to hospitals. And they like give you drugs to people, and then you take them, and then they test you, and then you get paid pretty good. He was like, you're a hamster. You're a guinea pig. Come on. Like he thought I was a loser. He's dead now. So fuck him. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck? He was not a very nice guy, actually. Not to me, anyway. My grandfather was a very wealthy guy. He had hundreds of thousands of dollars, and everybody kissed his ass because everybody wanted money from him when he died. So people were always like, "Oh, anything we could do for you, you know? Can we help you?" Um, he was not an unlikable guy, but I got to see the truth of this guy, and he was a petty person. He was a very petty. My grandfather was a grandfather Pavino Bafangu, you motherfucker. Seriously, go fuck yourself. He was an Italian cunt. He really was an asshole. He was not a great guy. He always held this wealth over everybody's heads. Like, you get this if you kiss my ass, you know? He was that guy. Some people think he had mob ties. Nobody knows. It's possible because he was around during like the 30s and 40s and shit like that, you know. And he was a legit Italian guy living in America. Like he was from Italy. I don't know his story. It would have been nice to have learned it, but he was such a dickhead that it wouldn't have been fun to have learned it. I think if my grandfather would have seen that I'm streaming video games, he would have been like, okay, because I think he just thought I was just some loser guy that played games, which people probably still think that, I'm sure. I don't really care. I don't care, but it does suck that people think that. But hey, you know, hey. Like there's people on Twitter. I constantly see this tweet. Are you if you're over 30 and you play video games, are you a loser? And I'm always like, no. Oh, I was trying to get the ace high there. I was hoping that he was just. We're in good shape. We've got 900K, man. We're in great shape. Nothing to worry about here at this table. This is a great game. We're playing really good at the last game here. I'm very happy about this. I was hoping we could get one more game in. Yeah. Shit, we might be able to get even one more in. Oh, I think this will probably be it. I think we want to start streaming some other shit today. One day I just got a random call from my grandfather. I was still talking to my grandfather, and he just calls me up and he's just like, and I'm talking about this because it's Mother's Day and it's bringing up family stuff. And I don't talk to any of my family, which is great. I feel so sane not talking to. Just for me, that was the choice. I'm not. I'm sure. I wish I like when I see families. I'm like, it's very nice, you know. But one day I get a call from my grandfather, and he's just like, "Why did you?" Because my grandmother passed away, and he was like, "Why didn't you call more and talk to your grandmother?" And da, da, da. I was just like, "What?" It was weird. I don't know. Maybe he was going through some mental shit when he was getting older in his last years, but he lived like another. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I told him off. I was like, dude, I'm not like everybody else. I'm not trying to get your money, dude. All right? You can't just talk to me like talking to some schmuck. Like I don't know. Your wife died. I didn't call. I'm sorry. What the fuck? I was 27 years old at the time. 25 years old at the time. Like, why are you putting this on me, ladies and gentlemen? Two pair. This is where we go a little bit bigger. Oh, thank God. I definitely did not want to fold that. Time was running out, bro. It got me. That was scary. We're gonna go big here. I'm hoping somebody bets something. Nobody's betting anything. I'm going in hard. I'm gonna go. Tell you what, don't go hard because you're gonna lose the table, and they'll just fold, and you won't get anything. But go big. Go 200K. I think we've got this one in the bag. I know we've got it. I just hope we could get. I don't think we're gonna get anybody. No. There you go. 2 pair. Back to 1 million. Just the thing is, I understand that when you're younger, like I remember being 25, and I remember people just not treating me like an adult. Just, you're a kid, you don't understand anything. I do remember that. I remember feeling like a piece of nothing until I was at some point. I was like, wait a minute, I am something, and that was one of those moments where I had to stand up for myself. I was like, Granddad, like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You're talking to a young kid. Like, why are you putting this on me? Like, fuck you, man. You don't do anything with your life. I'm 25, dude. I don't know. I'm fucked. Like, I didn't do anything with my life. I'm 50 and I'm unemployed right now. It's like, it's not what you do in life that defines who you are. It's what's inside of you, how you handle yourself, how you use your life, how you treat people. That's what matters. And if you're going to sit here and talk to me like that, and you're my grandfather, you're lost soul, man. Lost soul. Lost soul. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to go big here. I'm betting 300. Ladies and gentlemen, I will show the ace. I'm up to 1.36 mil. We've got 3 players in. There's the king. That's good, but it's nothing to bet on. There's an ace on the board. And I'm just going to check this one through because I feel like I probably have this one, but there it is. Van Pebble takes it away with the king. 280 K. That's a nice win there. The antes are they're starting to climb a little bit. At this stage of the game, I don't mind playing because I've got 10-5, which is not good, but you could get lucky at some point. I'm not going to keep betting at this point, but got a pair of fives. He bets 124K. I'm going to bet with him. I think he has a pair of fours. What do you think of that? And I am wrong, but he doesn't have anything. And we get the win. We have 1.85 million. Run a good hot run here. And we will just stay out of this hand. Ass Monkey 52 bets 100,000. Has all in. Ass Monkey is all in. Sly 1-3. The Sly 1-3. Oh, that's a nice play by Ass Monkey. Nice one, Butt Monkey. Butt Monkey. Oh man, it's funny. Oh, I love it. This is a great table too. Isn't that nice looking? I like that. $150,000 all in. That's a big win. If he takes it down. That's a nice win for Robert M2. Very nice. Robert M2 bets big again. 187K. The Sly 1-3 thinks about it. Folds. Robert M2 is up to 750K. I think we would have probably won that one if we would have played that last hand. I think we had 4-2. I think we would have won that, but I was not going to play 4-2. $160K bet. Interesting. Trouble 4 versus Ass Monkey 52. We got a pair of 7s and a pair of 3s on the board. Ass Monkey goes all in, wins the pot. Now he's up to 2 million, and he's the new high guy at the table. He's playing well. Both those guys on that side are very active right now. I have Ace Jack, so I'm in big in this one. And I'm all in with Ace Jack. And 7-7 versus Ace Jack and Ace 4. Oh, the 7's going to take that. That's going to take it. And ladies and gentlemen, we're down now. We lost that one. Thankfully, we had a lot of money. We still have $1 million left, which is fantastic, actually. We're very lucky that we had the pot that we had. We're still in this game. I said 7-7 versus Ace Jack. I'll play against that all day, which is right. I will. You want to keep throwing hands like that at me? Eventually, I'm going to get the best of you. And there goes Trouble 4 with 1.79 million. They're back up. Ass Monkey's now back down. As those guys on the right-hand side are just very aggressively playing right now. Nothing wrong with that. That's the game. But they are aggressively playing. Some would say overly aggressive, but and the Sly one is all in for 127,000. So now it's between Robert M2 and Ass Monkey 52. Ass Monkey 52 folds. Queen 9 versus 7-5. There's the straight. Wait, yeah, they had the straight, right? No, they had 2 pair. My bad. All right, 2 pair. So that's a good win. They're going to go all in, most likely, right? I would think so. I would imagine Sly One's going to go all in with that. Nope, they don't. got the queens here. We're gonna probably go all in here, I would imagine. I'm gonna go all in. Yeah, I'm all in. And the slime one folds. And we take that one down. And that's the 1.5 billion. And now we've got the queen. The slime one, I would imagine they would just go all in at this point. I don't know what you're waiting for. Why wouldn't you play that? I don't understand. Oh, I know what they're doing. Yeah. So 10 jack versus queen queen. Oh, there's the jack. I mean, it's just brutal. Brutal luck. It's just brutal luck, ladies and gentlemen. We're down to 85K. It's just, I outplayed you every time. And you win with garbage. I really do feel like I'm becoming like a Phil Hellmuth type of player here. I'm just like, I'm really, like, it's fun. Like, these guys are just like winning with garbage hands. I could possibly win this one. Let's take a look at that last hand if we could here. Queen, queen. He's got jacks. We outplayed him. The jack comes up. It's just fucking dumb fucking luck. Last time that guy beat us, he had 7-7. We had king, king. No, 7-7. We had ace jack. And he ended up getting a 7. We lose. I'm so glad to be leaving this table. I'm extremely frustrated with that game. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play one more. No, we're not. We're going to. Should we play one more? What time is it now? 1:17. Let's call it a stream. Let's call it a stream. Should we play one more? Let's think about this. Should we get into one more big game? I'll tell you what. I feel like we should get into one more game. I mean, what the hell, man? We're having a good time. Let's play one last game. This would be a big game. This is a $250 million game. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a player. Ladies and gentlemen, Van Pebble is not afraid to play one more time. This is going to be it, folks. This is the last game. We're feeling good. I like the way we played that last game. I like the passion. I like the energy. I even like how we felt at the end where it was like, man, I'm playing better than you. Like, I like that energy. That's the energy of a winner. As long as we don't get disrespectful to people, or if I feel like I'm crossing the line, or if I feel like I'm just like, come on, man, it's a game. But no, it's good to have that competitive energy, that fire burning within. I think we're gonna drink it. I think we're gonna drink a water here. Let's drink a little. We are not sponsored on this stream by Waterloo sparkling water. This is raspberry nectarine. Guys, are you sick of soda? Is it ruining your life? My sparkling water. You've never had raspberry nectarine? It's fucking delicious. It kind of changed my life a little because I think I was drinking stuff that was. By the way, it's not a sponsor. But I think I was drinking too much soda, too much juice, too many juices, too many things that weren't good. You know, when I would drink like natural juices, and that was fine. That was fine. That was fine. But like the cool thing about like these waters is they don't go bad. You don't have to refrigerate it to keep it going. Like I was getting like banana juice, which is fucking delicious. The problem with banana juice is you have to. It only lasts so long outside the refrigerator, and then when you refrigerate it, it still only lasts so long. The thing about sparkling water is it doesn't have an expiration date. It's water, and the flavoring itself isn't sugar based. I don't think there's any sugar in this at all. So this is the way to go, man. 0 calories, guys. How much fat? 0. What about sodium, Van Pebble? 0. Yeah, but you know the total carb 0. Sugars, guys, it's 0. Are you getting any protein? No, I'm not. I'm not getting anything from it. There's 0 calories in this. It's water. How do they do the flavors? I'm kind of curious. Purified carbonated flavor, natural flavors. According to them, natural flavors. According to them, natural flavors. According to them. All of a sudden, I'm in a huge lawsuit. You said it was. This is good though. Raspberry nectarine. Yum. So we're down a couple mil. No big deal. By the way, this is a $200 million tournament. It's bigger than the ones we were playing. I think it was time to jump into a proper tourney. We were playing 850K before. We're playing 200 million now. The big tourney. And let's have some fun. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What are you doing, Van Pebble? Stop burping. Sorry. Apologize. I'm sorry. You know what I've learned too is that this is on a whole different note here. This is like a Mother's Day thing. By the way, great table again. This is why I didn't want to go because I'm having fun, man. The whole point of this thing is to enjoy being where you are. I'm enjoying it. This is great. And if you're joining me and you're watching, you just got back from work, maybe you just took a walk on a Sunday, you're back. Let me see what Van Pebble's up to. You can sit. We can just chill. It's a nice chill vibe. The Mother's Day thing I wanted to talk about real quick. So I think as I get older, I've learned and I've learned men and women are a little bit different in the way that they feel about things. And I know to a woman, and I'm talking about like the feeling of having a child, feeling of being a mother, is very, very special to a woman because they can have children. And so I've got like I literally have 3 friends. That's it. Like on Facebook. Like I just made a friend today, so there I got 5. I've got 4 friends, sorry. So there's people I'm friendly with, but like I mean actual friends. Like, by the way, this person bet 16 million. Do I think they have something? I don't. I don't think they have anything. I think they're fishing for something. And that could be it right there. I don't know. I've got a pair of 4s. Okay, I lose to the 7 guy. I lose to the 7 guy. So we got a big loss there, but I like what we did there. I like what we did. We're down to 168 million. Let's take this seriously. By the way, we don't have to go anywhere. We can keep playing poker as long as we want. But the thing I've noticed, I wanted to get this out, is that there's 3 girls that I'm friendly with on Facebook, and they're like friends that I knew for about 30, 40 years now. 30 years. And they're really, really like family to me, but they're also friends. But I consider them family. I used to date a girl in high school, and I stopped talking to the girl, but her family is still sort of family. There's a lot of people that have those relationships. You never stop being friends with those people. I could have maybe married this girl at some point, but it just didn't happen. That's fine. I'm glad it didn't. I have nothing negative to say about that slut. The girl. Just kidding. I'm joking. Although, no, it's not. But anyway, yeah, yeah, yeah. He walks like a duck, but no, no. Um, let's continue. So this girl, I'm sorry. So this girl has like a mother, a sister, a couple sisters. I stayed friendly with the sisters, and or the one sister, and then she's a really good friend of mine. And then I started becoming friendly again with the mother and the other sister. And the thing I noticed about girls and women is that they take mothers like it's a thing. Motherhood is a thing that pumps through your blood as and they have I was proud of myself, and here's where I'm going with it, because the mother is obviously a mother, right? Because she's a mother. And then the one girl who I'm friends with has a kid, so it's a very big day for her. And then this other woman who's about like probably around my age, maybe a year or two older, she doesn't have kids, but she has dogs. And I'm really proud of myself. I'm going on and on about this for this reason. I'm so proud of myself. I actually sent her Happy Mom's Day. You're a mother. You're a dog mom. And you know what? She fucking really appreciated that. Women love that. I'm the same way, by the way. I have the similar feeling. I feel like I love when people do little things like that. It's nice. It's nice to be celebrated as a person. This life is so quick and dark, and it's hard to know who your friends are and all that kind of stuff. It's nice when somebody, even something that little, sticks out in people's minds, and it makes their day a little better. There you go. I said it. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about where we are in the game. We have 155 million. By no stretch are we playing great poker. I wouldn't say we're playing bad poker. I'd say we're not in a great situation. Not in a bad situation, not in a great situation. It's getting to that point where we want to kind of be a little careful what we do here. Obviously, we don't have a great hand. It's just a bummer that we lost that hand. We really could have used that one. We're down to 147 mil. The only reason we were in that hand was because of the blinds. Same with this one. I'm going to stay in this one. Sometimes you get lucky. There's a pair of eights. I'm going to see if I can scare people away. I have a pair of eights. It's kind of ballsy. It's a very ballsy play, actually. I just showed everybody. Now we're up to 171 million. We kind of needed that, actually. Did anyone have the beat? It's really good. Also, you know what? I don't like burping on the microphone. I apologize. But burping is good for you. I think it's good for you. I shouldn't make general statements and then pass it off as fact. Let me ask Copilot AI. Is burping good for you? Is belching good for you? God, you have to fucking. Oh, I almost didn't get in that hand. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the ace, but that's all we have. We have to be careful here. This guy's betting huge. I bet I go all in, which is pretty insane to do. Oh, another loss to a 7. It breaks my heart. Oh, we lost to 3 of a kind kings. Yeah, that's terrible. I played bad. I played bad. I played so bad there. That's really not good. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get the fuck out of here. We're stinking up the place. Let's try one more game. Let's try one more game. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Let's try one more game. I don't want to go out on that note because I really did not play well there. I want to go out on a good note, and I'm also having fun. I realize as I play this, I'm having a good time here. Is belching, is burping good for you? God, the microphone is so annoying. It's like, yes, burping is good for you when it's your body releasing excess air. It prevents your stomach from overinflating. It relieves pressure, discomfort. It's part of normal digestion. Burp. Burping's not good when it becomes a concern if it's excessive, painful, paired with symptoms like weight loss, difficulty swallowing, or blood in your stool. Not being able to burp is actually a medical condition. Some people have RCPD, no burp syndrome, where a muscle in the throat won't relax to let air out. What a bummer. Ladies and gentlemen, we have aces here. Let's stay in the pot. We are playing an $850,000 tournament. Thing is, we've been doing so well lately with our bankroll that it didn't really take. We didn't take too much of a loss with that last tournament. It was a bad loss, but that's a lot of money. That's a lot of fake. It's even fake money. It's a lot. I have $12 billion. $12 billion. Let's get this pot up a little bit if we can. Let's get the pot up. Let's get that pot up. Up. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Sam Pebble with a 200K win. We'll take it. $905,000. We will fold there. We are having fun today, playing poker, drinking sparkling water on a fabulous Sunday afternoon. It's only 5 p.m. I love it when it's Sunday, 5 p.m. I've got nothing to worry about. I don't have a job. I don't have anything. I kind of like jobs because you've got something to look forward to. You're going to make. The thing I love about jobs is you're going to go make some money. You know what I mean? I don't. I no longer look at work as like, hey, maybe I'll get a promotion, or I don't. That's done. I've given up on that. Well, why, Van Pebble? Because you're too old. You're not too old. No, I don't think that's what life is supposed to be for some people. I don't think I'm a guy that gets promotions. I think I'm a guy that needs to take his talent elsewhere. I'm a guy that should be streaming. This is for me. Streaming is my world. You make your own hours. You like if you look at the amount of videos that we do, it's insane. Because my work ethic is like out the window. When I'm really doing something, I do it. And that's why I should be promoted by now. I should be a manager of the world. But it's not about how hard you work or how the results. It's about what you look like, who you're friends with, who you're married to. It's okay. It's okay. I'm okay with that. I just not my world. I'm a solo guy. I run solo. They call me Han Solo. If I was in Star Wars, my character would be Han Solo. Not because I'm good looking or anything, because that guy's handsome. It's because I run solo. I'm a solo guy. I like it. I get energy and strength from it. I feel myself becoming stronger and smarter. When I was constantly working and around people, I could feel myself becoming weaker and wasting energy that I didn't need to waste. But I still like going to work. But now when I go to work, it's like it's all about making money, and I love making money. I do enjoy making money. I enjoy that feeling of like, we just earned some money today. We're gonna get some food today, 'cause we're about to look it out. That's how I talk when I. That's my work voice. Maybe that's why I didn't get promoted, because I'm like, "Hello, sir. How you doing tonight?" They're like, what's your name?" "My name is Van Pebble, and I'm here to work for you today." "Why are you doing that thing with your arms?" "Why? You like it?" Yeah, this guy's a creep. Get this fucking guy out of here. Why is he talk? Why are you talking like that? Yeah, let's not keep that guy around. Making everyone uncomfortable. I remember there was a couple times where it really hit me. But I remember I was working at a Jewish retirement center, and there was this black girl, really attractive black, like light skinned. Not that it matters, but like just very, very attractive light skinned black lady. I'm just explaining what she looked like. I'm not saying she's attractive because she was like. I'm not saying that. Okay, relax, relax. So this attractive lady, she was like probably she was young. She was like 19 or 20. She was very attractive, and she was not good at her job. She was not good at her job. She was a waitress. I was a dishwasher. She was a waitress. She was not good at her job. But within like a week, people were like, "Do you want to run this place?" Because she was attractive. And I realized, I mean, there was many times in my life where I saw this in the workplace, but it's not many times, very often, it's about what people want to be around day in and day out, and they're willing to give those people management positions. And they think like, oh, they're attractive, like it's. So I kind of like seeing that early on was just like, oh, okay, that's not our work is just not going to be something I put too much investment in. I got to think a little bit outside the box, you know. And streaming is definitely outside the box. Now we're not making money off of it yet, but you can get creative and do it. I'm not going to scam people, so we're going to do it by making a really good product, doing something that people don't need Van Pebble. We wanted to make some people want Van Pebble. I mean, there are things in life that you need. Like I could do a channel that is about the needs of people, like a news channel. Some people would say people need to hear about the news. I would rather do a channel that is like he just has fun. He says whatever he wants to say. He's really good energy. He's a nice guy. He's fun. I'd rather make that kind of content than something that's a little more serious. Or like, all right, we're going to talk about Trump today, guys. Let's talk about Trump. Like, I don't want to do that kind of content because it's overdone, and there's people that do it way better than me anyway. And I just don't have any. I don't care really about that stuff. Here's what I think. He's betting 32K. He's trying to buy the pot. If he had, I have a queen and two tens, so this is why I stayed in the hand. So this is probably our last game, right? Let's go hard in the paint with this one. Let's go all in. Let's see what he's got. He's going to go all in probably. I don't think he is going to go all in because he doesn't have a 10. He has a 5. Yeah, that's what I figured he had. That's what I thought you had. That's what I thought you had. I knew he didn't have a 10. I knew he didn't have a 10. Ladies and gentlemen, that was good gambling. That's why we continue to play. That's how you make You keep going, and eventually you make a move like that, where it's just like a good. The more you play this game, the more intuition you get with it. All about being present. That's what I love about poker. It's like the more you play it, you're present, you're at the table. If you start to get too pissed off and you start to get too angry, it's not good because then you're not present. You're no longer like focused. You're just like, ah, you know. But sometimes those emotions can be helpful. Like they can teach you what to avoid. If you're like, I hate this, and then you learn like, don't fucking play it. The guy's fucking gonna bluff again, you know. But if you're making bad plays because of your emotions, obviously that's not good. 7-3, I fold. I love a Sunday. I love Sunday night. I love 5:30. I love it's such a nice time to be just chilling, playing video games, playing poker. I'm glad we decided to play this. Everything I play now, it's just my own into it. Like I'm just like this is what I feel like playing. I love doing it that way. I don't know if there was a game that was like, hey, we'd like you to sponsor our game. Obviously, that would be cool. But what if I don't like the game? It's tricky. We'll have to cross that bridge if we get there, or when we get there. I mean, I'm assuming at some point somebody could be like, "Hey, would you like to play our game?" No, I'm too small to get big money for that, but excuse me. I'd like to. I need to get at least one sponsor so that I can. So that then once you get one sponsor, then you can be like, "Hey, we have a sponsor," and then other sponsor be like, "He's got a sponsor." I feel like that's how it goes. That's how people are. That's how things grow. It's like people need to know. Like, I don't know. He doesn't. He's never been sponsored before. But if it's like, oh, he's got a sponsor, we'll sponsor him. Who's he sponsored by? You can't escape the fact that life is always going to be a little bit of a popularity contest. I don't mind because, as far as I'm a nice person, and I think that comes, and I have good intentions, and I think it comes through. So while I don't want to be popular, by the way, back to the game, 6-2 is a pair of twos. He's got three of a kind, and he wins that hand though. Intentions are important. People can tell. People can tell like that I'm a nice person. I generally am a good, caring, nice person. And that goes a long way for popularity. That goes. Now it doesn't go into like he's hot, they're sexy, they're very. There's some people that get on are very sexual. They're very like almost like they're like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, and we don't do that. We don't have that ability. That was an interesting thing we just did. We decided to play in this hand. We're not out of this one. There's the 9 on the river. We could actually win this one. You know what? I think we're going to get it. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, a pair of 9s. Van Pebble, that's 120,000. That's not bad. Not mad at that. He had Jack too. So he really didn't have anything. So we definitely did a good job there. And I'm in this one as well. Ace 5 of diamonds. But like I think you can become a bigger streamer if your energy is good, and in that way you are kind of popular because it's like you build numbers through just having good energy and being a good guy and stuff like that. That's where Saikuno fucked himself because he was seen as this good guy. And then when people really saw that like he really wasn't a great guy, that he's this sly dog that's running around raw dogging chicks and it's like cream pieing everybody, it's like, oh yeah, that's really not very safe either to be like not wearing a condom and stuff. Like that's very not safe. Like everything, really, if you really looked at what that guy was doing, it's a very unpopular human thing to do. Like you don't do that to other people, you know? You don't just like, yeah, you don't do that stuff. And he's representing himself as this great guy. I thought he was a great guy too. Everybody did. Everyone was like, that guy's such a great guy. Apparently some people knew he wasn't. Thanks for telling us, guys. Hey, Disguised Toast, thanks for fucking telling us, you fucking asshole. Oh, I do it the whole time. I don't have to tell you. Oh, thanks, fuckhead. I gave him all my paychecks. I gave Sakuno every money I had. I gave him everything. I met Sakuno in a hotel, and he cream pied me too. Thanks for not telling me. But when he gave me a cream pie, it was just a pie with cream. It wasn't like a sexual thing. It was a Boston cream pie. It wasn't that big of a deal. Boston cream pie, delicious. If somebody gave me right now a Boston cream pie, like a real one, not like a sexual thing, I'd love it. I don't want anybody doing anything inside my tunnels. Ladies and gentlemen, Van Pebble, feeling the relaxedness, the looseness of the day, having a good time, being an adult. That's how the adults talk. And we are playing well here. We're having a good time. This table to me feels like Mother's Day. This is what I would say Mother's Day is. It's like a festival of people. You know, when I was talking to my mom, the thing I always hated about Mother's Day is my mom, which makes sense. She would want to do mom things. So we'd have to hang around where there was families, kids and stuff, and I hate that world. Like I'm not really a people guy. I don't really enjoy people. I really don't. I like people, but I don't like being around them. I've said this many times. Like I could be around one or two people, that's fine. But being around groups of people, it just walking around, I don't want to see people. I hate people. Like I really don't enjoy. I don't really hate people, but like I hate seeing people. I hate seeing them do their thing. I hate watching them. It's just not fun because everybody's performing. Even before streaming, people were always performing. It was always now they're just doing it on camera, but people were always like that. They're acting like putting on a show, and I hate carnivals, festivals. Ugh, get me away from that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have played with this player today already, the Sly one. When you play this website, you will find yourself playing with the same people over and over, which is cool because a lot of these guys are good players. So we're going to stay in this hand with Ace-7 of hearts. Okay. Van Pebble with ace high. Let's see what we got. He's got a pair of tens. He's got a pair of tens. They split the pot. Nice job, guys. Nice job, guys. Van Pebble goes in hard in the paint. If anything, we'll just win the blinds. I have no problem with that. That's a big win. That's a 200K. Oh, he comes in with us, and we just happen to hit it pretty hard there. We're hoping that he does some kind of betting. And I want to say I probably have this one. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That's a big win. 1 million, 1.4 mil. I'll take it. That's a huge, huge pot. We're up to 2 million. Very, very well done. Fabulous Mother's Day poker game. This is great. I'm glad this stretched out to be more than what it could have been. It's almost a 2-hour stream. I love it. I'm very happy about that. It makes me feel great. We're gonna play some fun games. After this, we're gonna play a really cool arcade type of game. Give you that vibe like you're in the arcade, like you're actually in an arcade. That's gonna be a lot of fun. The only thing I need to do is at some point as a streamer, somebody was asking me today, like, what would you do? What could you see yourself doing to up your game? I would say I'd love to get a green screen. Because I know, like, people, the green screen is not affiliated with just one person. A lot of people have green screens. And I would like to put up, like, for example, in this case, an arcade. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 400K. We're going to bet 200K. And there we have it. Another little tasty win for Van Pebble, where we could have gotten greedy and scared him away. Instead, we just bet a little 200 nibble. And that's a nice win. We're at 2.4 mil. That's 420,000 more than we had last time when we had a nice big win. We're killing it. Well done, Van Pebble. Keep it going, buddy. But I would love a green screen, and then like you put like a not like I like the background now. It's real and natural, you know. I mean, I could take a picture of this, put it on the green screen. Really, really good. That would be funny. But it would be cool to have a green screen. It would be cool to have a green screen, and then you could do a little bit more. You could have a little bit more fun. You know, do some fun, play some. You know, when we do our dumb impressions. We could actually have like some cool stuff on the green. That's something I will look into doing that. That's a cool thing to think about, actually. I'm glad we came up with that. Good job, Van Pebble. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike 3 had 8. Don't think I didn't see that he had aces there. I saw it. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. He's got 7-9. We've got a chance to hit a queen here. There's still now we're fucked. We have no shot. Oh, and this is another hand. This we're gonna have to give this one away. I can't compete with this one. Yeah, I don't have this one at all, dude. I don't even close have this. I'm sure you had something better than I had, pal. I did not have that hand at all. Well done. Well done. And here's another hand that we just don't have it. I'm sure we don't have this. So now we're down to 1.58 million, which is good. We're the top 3 here. This is great. It's a good way to end the stream. Being a top 3 is great. I'd like to get the victory if I can. I'd like to get the victory, but being a top 3 means, you know, we did something right. We lasted this long. Let's play it through here. Another really just not a great hand for him. That's good right there. It's the 9. And of course, we're going to go. What do we want to do here? There it is, folks. Pair of 9s. 1.88 mil. 9-2. We fold that one. Felt good to fold that one. Ooh. 6 and a 4. Nice hand, man. And there we go. Now we are guaranteed top 2. What a great way to end the stream. Let's play heads up. Let's focus. I would imagine that they would bet that, yeah. There it is, 2.33 mil. We're 1 million away from what they've got. Let's focus in here. Ace 5. Go with. Oh, we've got. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, he goes all in. I think this is it. Well, he's still got some money left. Okay, so we've got 4.6 mil. That's right, because he had a lot of money. Game's not over yet. 8-7. I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Why not? Aces versus 8-7. Let's see. Hey, you fucking never know, man. You never know, pal. And ladies and gentlemen, hey, when you're playing good, you're playing good. Luck is a part of the game. That's a perfect way to end the stream. We get a nice win there. It's a $3 million first place win. Van Pebble gets the big win. As you can see, the spacesuit avatar is now officially a lucky character for us because we got a win with it. We've been playing good all day, but when you get that win, there's nothing like getting the win. Great streams today. As you can see, we collected some chests at some point. I would say we probably got some epic point chests there with that. What a great game. What a fun time. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. We have some tickets. Let's see if we can get some more chips. I like to spin like this. See what we can do here. All right, that's 100K. We like to try to get more than 100K, but we'll take whatever we can get. Okay. It's kind of designed. It's kind of designed so it's 100K every time, which is super annoying. But it is what it is, and oh, yep, 100K. This is the way it is. Oh, come on. There's 200K. $100K. I enjoy doing like this is for some reason this idea of just spinning a wheel. Obviously, it's not good to stream. There it is, 10 million. There it is. That's how we end the stream right there. 10 million, ladies and gentlemen. That's a huge victory for Van Pebble. That's more than we won for just playing the game. We just won 3 million in the game. We just won 10 million on the wheel. That's fun. There is something about spinning a wheel. Let's spin a few more of these. There's something that's fun about it. I don't think it would be fun to just do this for hours and hours. There's people that do what I'm doing right now for real money. And this is all they're doing. Do you think no offense, by the way, big fan of Trainwreck. But do you think Trainwreck is doing more than what I'm doing right now? He's doing it with style and grace. And he's a better streamer than I am. Trainwreck is a way better streamer than I am. I'm saying he's a game streamer too. But this is what he's doing. He's not doing much more than what I'm doing right now. Ooh, 800K? That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good spin. Back to the 100K. Let's let it move around a little bit. Let's get it off of that. Get it off of that. We have a couple more spins left, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have some fun with it. This is what these gambler streamers do. I could do this. I would do this. I would be willing to do it. I don't think I am allowed to because I live in Washington. And gambling is not legal, online or otherwise. There's 2 million. There you go. We're just winning left and right here. We're having a great time. Ladies and gentlemen, that's how we end the stream. My name is Van Pebble. Do me a favor, check me out on your social media. I really appreciate you watching my streams. Trying to bring HD Poker into the fold here. I want people to know more about this great game, relaxing atmosphere. You play poker. It's fun. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Van Pebble on most social media. Let's talk about it. We're on Twitter. Van Pebble's on Twitter. We talk about the Lakers. We talk about sports. We talk about fun things. It's a fun thing. It's designed to be fun. And it's designed to make people feel good, not bad. And I like kind of what my Twitter looks like. I think stylishly, it's okay looking. Probably if I paid money at some point, turn that down just a little bit. I'd love to make money. The reason I like money so much is it allows you to do stuff like here's what I would do with my Twitter. I would make it look better. You have to pay money to have these things, but I would make it look more colorful and stylish. Right now, it's literally just like reading a newspaper, but it's fun. We talk. My favorite parts of the newspaper have always been sports and cartoons. That hasn't really changed, except I don't really like cartoons anymore. So a lot of sports, a lot of movies, stuff like that. Ladies and gentlemen, I would look at the newspaper. I'd look at the entertainment part. And ladies and gentlemen, take a look at my YouTube channel. We take the games from Twitch and we throw it up on YouTube. And people are watching. People are enjoying. Thank you for enjoying. Thank you for watching. If you're watching, if you're enjoying, do me a favor, like the videos and subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Van Pebble on YouTube. If you'd like to, also please follow me on Twitch. And if you'd like to donate money to Van Pebble, you can do so by going to PayPal and typing in my real name, which is Thomas Palvino. No spaces, no capital letters. At Thomas Palvino, ThomasPolvino. No spaces, no capital letters. At Thomas Palvino on PayPal. Thank you. And again, follow us on Twitch, please. We're trying to get more followers on Twitch. We had a follower and then we lost one. It's weird how that happens, but it's not a big deal. I'm not going to call people out. I don't know who the person was. It's really not a big deal. But for some, it is kind of annoying though when you get a follower and then they leave right away. It's like, what happened? Whatever. Asshole. I'm kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, Van Pebble. It's time to go. It's almost 6 p.m. We got about 10 minutes to refresh ourselves and then get back into it. There's a couple games. I think we're going to play some arcade game, kind of game like Double Dragon type of thing. I talked myself into it. So that's going to be next. That probably won't be a long stream as far as it'll be an hour and change probably. Probably not the longest stream in the world. And then maybe we'll jump into one more after that. I mean, we're having so much fun streaming today. My thing is just to play. I just want to play games. That's what I want to do. So join us if you'd like. We'll be doing this live. If you're watching this live, join us live. If you're watching it on VOD on YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, you're definitely watching it later. I usually put the games on a day later. So if you're watching this now, I streamed this yesterday. If you want to watch the streams fresh, if you want to see streams that are just that day, you want to go on Twitch. That's where you can see them because I stream them and they just get saved up there. Publish them as soon as I finish the streams, and then people can watch them. And that's why Twitch generally gets more views than YouTube, because they get the fresh view, But if you ever want to see me streaming live. You can catch me between 12 p.m. and 10 p.m. For now, it's every day. We'll get it. A lot of times, it's like the weekdays. At least three or four times a week. We're streaming like 3 or 4 days, three or four times a day, 3 or 4 days a week. You're getting at least 12 streams, at least. Lately, it's been a lot more than that, and we're putting up a lot of stuff. So just again, follow us on YouTube. That's it. Okay. The game that we'll be playing next, I can tell you what that's going to be. Actually, it is a game called Streets of Rage 4. Streets of Rage 4 is a really cool platformer. As you can see, it's these ridiculous looking characters, in a good way, ridiculous. And Streets of Rage is, I guess there's 4 games of it. I'm on the 4th one. It's just a silly, fun game, and we're gonna play it. So join us next. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. That Pebble's out. Peace. Thank you.